Welcome to another edition that I've never named before, Good Job America, where I make videos on all the fuck-ups of the United States. Honestly, normally when I read these stupid articles, I comment and go and rant and rave about how retarded the US is. But after briefly reading the article, I found I don't even need to do that this time because it's that fucking stupid. Today's edition, treating war veterans like shit, something that the US does best. Okay, let's begin this insanity of united fuckheads. A petition on change.org asks Oklahoma Republican Governor Mary Fallin to pardon Christopher Lewandowski. This will be an uphill battle as Fallin, who supports botched torture executions, what a shock, is not known for compassion. Of course he's not. A description for his situation says, meet Christopher Lewandowski, husband and father of 3. Well, because he's definitely a good father, you have to treat him even worse. Former Marine, war veteran, and facing life in prison for growing 6 marijuana plants. Oh, but if he was accused of domestic violence, molesting his children, raping and beating or stabbing his wife, and was an alcoholic who was aggressive and had drunk driving DUIs, then he'd be innocent. But because he's using marijuana as prescription medication, throw his ass in jail. His wife, Whitney, told Truth in Media that the threat to her doting husband's freedom began when he had a bad episode of his post-traumatic stress disorder, which is not bad. You would expect that from somebody who went to war. She said the neighbors called police asking for a mental health intervention. Okay, fine. Police came, arrested Christopher. Well, he didn't need to be arrested. You can take people to mental institutions or whatever without being arrested. And I'm pretty sure they made a big scene out of it too, because that's the United States. And when they raided the house, they found 6 marijuana plants, at least one of which was withering, which means he hasn't used it in a while. The marijuana totaled less than an ounce. Oh, an ounce. According to Whitney, police also confiscated tomato plants and claimed that the Lewandowskis were running a huge growing operation because they had tomato plants. Okay, just calm down. Whitney said that Christopher was only using the plants for himself, not selling any, and they were more effective for him than the 13 pills a day he had been prescribed, which were killing his liver. Well, welcome to the world of pharmaceuticals, where medication does not work, you're forced to take it and pay lots of money. Yes, that is how the pharmaceutical companies run. Oklahoma had some of the harshest marijuana possession laws in the country. Being a blood-red Republican-run state, its drug laws are a little more enlightened than Saudi Arabia's or North Korea's. According to Whitney, police began leveraging her against her husband. You're that fucking stupid, you're gonna turn somebody's wife against them? Disgusting. They threatened to take their children away unless she charged them with domestic assault, even though she says he has never laid a hand on me. So let me get this straight. This husband has never hit you. You know he's never hit you. You're trying to tell the cops he's never hit you. And the cops are threatening to take away your children unless you lie about your abusive husband. Fuck these cops. Okay. Oh my god. When she tried to drop the charges against her husband, she was told she could not do that without activating felony marijuana cultivation charges against herself, and face life in prison as well. So the only way to be honest is to also go to life in prison. Well, do something good, go to jail. The Lewandowskis moved to California, where medical marijuana is legal. Allegedly, on June 18th, a convoy of unmarked cars surrounded the Lewandowskis' car while they were dropping their kids off at preschool. 9 armed men, guns drawn, ran in swarming around the family's car. You swarm somebody's car who is completely fucking innocent. What the kids in the car? After she protested being dragged away, panicking to get her to her kids, did the man holding her show her badge, identifying himself as a federal marshal. Oh my god. Christoph now sits in jail in California, awaiting extraction back to Oklahoma and its medieval dungeon of legal system. The police in Oklahoma said that at the time of their major pot bust, this is a rare deal. Usually you just go out to a domestic and you can just take care of the situation, which you obviously didn't do. It's not, and it's actually not rare, by the way. Cops do this fucking bullshit all the time, and you don't give a shit about anybody, even war veterans who fought for your pathetic country that should be nuked. This case highlights several issues. America needs to treat its veterans better. No, not even a veteran, anybody. I recently wrote about an Iraq veteran who nearly died this year because of VA neglect. Awesome. Republicans have always had the hundreds of billions of dollars to send our soldiers to war, but not the millions to treat them properly when they return. Well, of course not, because all the United States fucking does is fund war. Not only do they fund their own soldiers to go and fucking die, but they even go and send bombs to third world countries so that they can also fight. You know, you people probably don't even know that the majority of terrorism and war is caused by the United States, not the Iraqis and all this bullshit. Okay, if they have bombs, because the US gave them these bombs. Okay? I'm sorry. Watch Zeitgeist. The real terrorists in this world is the United States government. Fuck you. America treats everything as a police matter. Christoph Lewandowski's PTSD is a mental health issue. It should never have been a police matter in the first place. No kidding. The U.S. needs better mental health care, especially for returning veterans. The U.S. needs better everything. The U.S. needs better presidents. The U.S. needs better government. The U.S. needs better money system. The U.S. needs a better justice system. The U.S. needs a better pharmaceutical system. The U.S. needs a better educational system. The U.S. needs a better fucking terrorist system. The U.S. needs a fucking better everything. Everything in the fucking U.S. is fucked up beyond fucking repair. And the people in the fucking U.S. actually believe that their country is the best in the world and land of the free. No country, and I'm sorry, U.S. is one of the most, if not the most fucked up, royally fucked up countries in this fucking world, and I fucking hate so many things about the United States system. It is so fucked and corrupt. The justice system is too aggressive and quick to seek punishment rather than rehabilitation. According to his wife, Christopher, who has never hurt anyone, he should not be facing any jail time. But, well, that's the thing. He hasn't done anything wrong, so of course they're going to throw him in jail. But if he was a fucking alcoholic, abusive, rapist, molesting priest, he'd be given a fucking Nobel Peace Prize. Fuck the United States. The patchwork system of legal marijuana, legal medical marijuana, and prohibition states it's untenable and unjust. The U.S. needs to end the war on drugs, end the war on other countries, and the war on everything else. I'm done. Anyway, there is more to this, but read it yourself. The U.S. are the biggest terrorists in the entire world, and if you don't believe me, please watch the movie that's full of facts called Zeitgeist. It's a 3-part documentary, and I support the Zeitgeist movement, as well as other movements as well, like the Collective Evolution movement. Some people really need to learn how corrupt the United States is. For these reasons, for many other reasons, for pre-planning 9/11, and in case you don't know that either, the United States intentionally planned 9/11. They intentionally killed 3,000 people on the planes and buildings just for the purpose of instilling fear. Yeah, the US loves their fucking country so much. They love their citizens. They're so free. I can't stress it enough from the very bottom of my heart. I might live in Canada, but fuck the United States and everything about it. So, almost all of our world's bullshit comes from the United States. Or no, you know what? Sorry. The un-United States.